PCMCU members, some of you may have downloaded this CardValet app already and may be watching this video for a refresher of how it all works. However, if you are new to CardValet, this tutorial will help you understand the ins and outs of what this app can really do to help protect you from potential fraud. So let's dive right in. CardValet is a debit card management and fraud mitigation tool that is free to you as a PCM member. First, we will go over a brief overview of the service, followed by an image walkthrough of each feature of CardValet. So what does CardValet do exactly? CardValet allows cardholders to turn their cards on and off from their smartphone in just one touch. You can also specify and monitor when, where, and how your cards can be used. CardValet also offers instant transaction alerts that tell you what is going on with your card. For example, CardValet notifies you immediately of potential fraud so you can take action. So, say for example you are in the drive-thru at McDonald's and you just gave them your debit card for payment. You can expect an alert coming through your phone as soon as the cashier at McDonald's is handing you back your card. Therefore, if you get a notification that your card was used and it wasn't you who used it, there would be a possibility that fraud could be occurring, and it gives you the heads up so you can disable your card right away. CardValet delivers transaction controls that will approve or decline a transaction based on each cardholder's preferences for merchant types, locations, and spend limits. Through this tool, you can control family spending, say, for example, controlling where, when, and how your kids can use their debit cards, like setting an allowance. Businesses can also use these controls to manage and monitor their employee spending, for example, setting certain merchant types of where the card would be accepted. CardValet also lets cardholders set location-based alerts, so you can set a permitted use region for your card or use your current location as the permitted use area. An important aspect to this is any in-store transaction conducted outside of these areas will generate an alert and be declined. As our mobile app does, you can also keep track of account balances and locate ATMs within CardValet. This great service really makes it so it's your card on your terms. Right now, CardValet is only available for the debit card platform, but credit cards will eventually be compatible with this service as well. Also in the future, you can expect that these CardValet capabilities will be integrated into our PCMCU mobile app, so you will have the convenience of having just one app for everything instead of two. So on that note, let's jump into the image tutorial. The first thing you will want to do is download the app from either the App Store or Play Store. Once you have downloaded it, go ahead and open the app. When you open the app, CardValet will ask you if it can send you notifications. In order to receive transaction alerts, you will want to say OK here. At this point, you will want to go to the New User Registration area near the bottom of your screen. Clicking there will allow you to register your card and create an account. The first thing you will do is enter your debit card information consisting of your 16-digit card number. Then you will enter your card's security code, expiration date, and then your personal address and zip code. Then enter the last 4 digits of your social security number. Lastly, before you create the rest of your account, you will accept the terms and conditions and privacy policy of the app. You're almost there. Now you will create your account. Here you can use the drop-down arrow to have the app give you suggested usernames, or you can type in your own username that you prefer. You will then create a password, re-enter your password, and finish all of the other account setup areas to then be directed to the login screen. It is important to remember here that when creating a password, it must be 8 to 12 characters in length and have at least one uppercase, one lowercase, one number, and one special character. Once at the login screen, go ahead and enter the username and password you just created in Account Setup. If you notice, there is an eye image in the password section. That just means you can click there to view what you have typed for your password to make sure it is correct. And you're in! You are now at the home screen of CardValet, which looks like this. The first thing we are going to do now is click where the orange arrow shows the first tab under Cards. This will bring you to where you can view your PCMCU debit card in a larger format and to where you can turn your card on and off. To turn your card off, simply tap the icon that is green. You will then receive a prompt asking you if you are sure you want to turn off your debit card. It lets you know here that all your transactions except for your recurring payments will be denied until you turn your card back on. Upon clicking yes, you will see now that your card is showing a red icon instead of green. indicating that your card is turned off. This would be really great peace of mind if you had misplaced or lost your debit card. What a great tool! To turn your card back on, simply tap where the black arrow is pointing to make that icon green again. Your card will be instantly turned back on, active and ready to be used. Now we are going to hit the blue back arrow to take us back to our card details. Going down the list of tabs, we will start by clicking the Control Preferences tab. Control Preferences allows you to set preferences of how and where to use your card based on location, merchant type, and spend limits. Starting with locations, clicking the little I for information will show you how the My Location section works. Go ahead and read the info provided for more detail. However, in summary, this feature makes it so your card would not be accepted for in-store purchases if your mobile device is not in the vicinity of the merchant. So if you leave your cell phone in the car and run into the grocery store with your debit card, there is a chance your phone is too far from your card itself and the transaction may be declined. However, the radius of the distance away will also play a role in this. If you select My Region, this is where your card would not be accepted for in-store purchases if the card is outside of the defined My Region area. Again, you can click on the I for more information next to My Regions for more detail. If you do decide to add a region, by turning on My Region capabilities, an Add Region option will pop up where you can zoom in on the region you would like to set and name the region. So if you wanted your region to be just Wisconsin, you can zoom in on Wisconsin, name it, and save it as one of your regions. You can create up to 3 regions. Then under Location Controls, you will see your Wisconsin region listed there. Last for locations is for international transactions. You can set preferences so any transaction outside of the country you are in are declined. However, you cannot have this location feature turned on if you already have My Location or My Regions selected for the card. Before moving on, keep in mind that location services are based on your cell phone location, and location preferences are only applied for card-present transactions. This means if you were to set a location preference and still wanted to use your debit card to order something online outside of your set location area, your debit card would still be accepted. Hitting the blue back arrow again will take us to where we can select merchant types. This is where you can set to allow transactions for selected merchant types only. So for example, say you only wanted your child to be able to use their debit card for gas, groceries, household goods, and personal care. You could turn off all the other merchant types so that their debit card would only be accepted for those merchant types, and not merchant types such as restaurants and department stores. And last for the control preferences category is spend limits. This is where you can set a spend limit where any transactions above the specified amount would be declined. So going back to the child example again, say you wanted their debit card to be declined for any transaction that is over the amount of $50. You can set this as a spend limit for their debit card. Make sure to save all the changes you make in these preferences. One last important aspect of control preferences before moving on is the whole gray versus blue concept. If you look at the image on the left, you will see that the 3 icons are gray in color. This means that you have no preferences set in these areas. However, if you look at the image on the right, you can see that the location preference is blue in color. This means you have location preferences set. Please make sure if you do not want any of these preferences turned on, that they are all gray in color. Going back to the card details page, you can click on Alert Preferences to set if you would like to receive alerts for all your transactions, just preferred transactions, or no transactions at all. These alerts are there to notify you of unusual purchases through the CardValet app. Card Details is also where you can view your recent transactions and your linked accounts. Linked Accounts has 3 different features to it: low balance alerts, recent transactions, and linked cards. Low balance alert allows you to be notified whenever your balance falls below an amount you specify. Recent transactions is the same as where you could view your recent transactions before, and linked cards shows you the other debit cards you have activated in the app for, say, your spouse or your children. The 3 blue lines in the top right corner of the app will open the menu showing other features within CardValet. These features include a Find Us, where you can locate PCMCU branch locations, a Contact Us section showing PCMCU's main office address, phone number, and option to email us, and also find us on Facebook. A Legal and Help section where you can locate the privacy policy, terms and conditions, and the help options. The Manage Portfolio section where you can manage all the cards and accounts you have loaded into the app. And a Settings section where you can update your personal information, including your name, email, and phone number. Make sure your primary device is set. Set Do Not Disturb times where you won't receive any notifications from within the app during specified time periods. And lastly, a password area where you can change your password for the app. As always, it is important to log out when you are done utilizing the app. If you have any questions regarding this free CardValet service, please contact the credit union or email info@pcmcu.org. Thanks, and see you next time!